Oh man, here we go. For like the 1000th time. Can we get the film in there? Shoot. Oh, I suck at this already. What if it was like this? It's like, got my notes. Welcome, Archiving Film with Nicholas Reichard. I'm your host. That is just... Oh. All right. I'm like nervous. I'm like, this isn't even... Oh. Hey, all right. I think let's just roll with it. I'm excited. So I have like my notes here. It says welcome. So I'm gonna, hey everyone, welcome to my very first YouTube video. My name's Nicholas Reichard. I'm a documentary photographer and filmmaker. I live in Biddeford, Maine, and welcome to my studio. I want to say this is my studio, but only for a few more weeks. I'm gonna be moving again, which we'll talk about another time. I was gonna say, okay, the next thing. I'm really new at this, obviously. If you don't know me, I can be a very awkward person at first until I warm up to you, but I have a hard time with my words, so please be patient with me. I am very dyslexic, but that also means that I have to simplify everything in my mind, and I want to teach how I've understood what can be very complex and make it very easy to understand. So with that being said, I'm really excited. Even more so once we start diving into the cool stuff, because I can just nerd out about that for hours. So I really just want to get to it. Okay, I think the intro's done.
I made it through the longest night ever.
This is my third Snicker bar in 5 minutes.
Tokyo! The Annapurna Range. This is the bell tower. Welcome to Belgium. On my 6x7 II. Hi!
This is gonna be a learning process. Okay, so we're back. When I first started trying to film this, it was like, let's make it into one video. Like, this could be a class. Like, if this was in a college, this could be an entire class. Like, how to archive your work. Not just film, but digital, like everything. Like, how do I find what I need really quick? That's what I'm gonna teach you. But I can't do it in one video. So this is gonna be the introduction. I'm gonna show you some of my negatives. I'm gonna show you my process, a little bit of what we're gonna do, and we're gonna make it a few videos long. So trust me, it might be boring. This isn't gonna be like a Casey Neistat, like really cool, or like Peter McKinnon, like what's up? I don't know the YouTube things, protocols. I do know how to archive film, and there's a lot of other stuff I wanna share, but right now, I'm gonna show you like how we do it. So that was like the second introduction, I guess. I'm gonna pick up the camera and we're just gonna like rock and roll, right? So right behind me, you have I have all my film that I've ever shot, and I've only been shooting film since 2015, if you don't know me. I first started shooting film, oh, someone's calling me. Sorry, Josh, I'm gonna call you back in a bit. So I first started shooting film when I thru-hiked the Appalachian Trail, which is right here. Very nice. I think I was like the first person ever shoot an entire thru-hike with a medium format and 35mm film camera. But at that time, I had no idea what I was doing, and so I've just gone into this like rabbit hole of learning. And here we are, 5 years later. I'm married, I have a 2-year-old, and I have a studio, and I'm trying to push all of my work that I've created and put it out there. One thing I'm finding that I'm more excited to do than share my work is share what I've learned, because I basically knew nothing. So yeah, so this is all my film. And I figured out a way that works for me and how to find something if I needed to find it really quick. I have all of my film sleeves up in these here. So it shows like, this is for 120 film, this is for 120 film. And then I have I create lookbooks for everything. So that way I'm not like always just on the computer, like looking for the image. If I wanna just put the computer away and have a cup of coffee, I can just flip through it and like mark up the pages. And so I have that, which is really cool. And then when I'm actually making a project, I have something else that I do. And that is like, I'll create these cards and on the photo it shows like the file name and everything, so I can quickly find that photograph again. And so the whole system is just basically so I can be as efficient as possible. That's our goal. And again, we're gonna talk about all of this stuff. So this video is not sponsored by Banded Brewing, although it could be. This is a brewery located inside the mill where my studio is and also where we live. If you ever visit Biddeford, Maine, please enjoy some Banded beer. Okay. Again, here we are. We're in my studio. You've never seen it before. Welcome. I'm only going to be here for a few more weeks until I move into another one. Talk about that later. The first thing we're going to talk about in this video, we're going to talk about the why and kind of, just like a little bit of that general like philosophy. The next, in another video, I'll shoot a different day. We're going to talk about creating a system, and then I'll specifically dive into my system that works for me, and I can guarantee you're gonna have a different system, so I'm gonna help you find that and what's important about that. And then we're gonna talk about the negatives, so the actual archiving part. Here we are, we got the negatives, and there's steps to that, which I've outlined. And then we have the digital files, and that's where everyone gets it's a cluster mess. I don't think you're allowed to swear on YouTube, I have no idea. So I haven't outlined that yet, I'm going to. Finally, we're gonna talk about like tips and what not to do, because there are definitely things of what not to do. Some stuff that I've learned, and then some things of just talking to other friends and curious how they do it. And then, not that there is no wrong answers. You can do whatever you want, but there's certain things that would make my anxiety rise, and I want to help you kind of like avoid that. Here I am, I'm gonna put the camera back down. Okay, so that's a brief overview of just, what this kind of training, what this video series is gonna be. We're gonna, what was I gonna say? Intermission.
Oh, there it is.
So just to recap, I think you're supposed to do that in a video. We're gonna talk the introduction. There's a couple other things I want to say with the introduction. The next video, we're gonna dive into the system. We're gonna create systems. I'm gonna really walk you through my system. And then we're gonna really dive into to the negatives, and you're gonna see the negatives. You're gonna see some of my negatives. I'm gonna show you some like behind the scenes stuff of things that I'm working on right now. Part 2 is gonna be the digital files. That is gonna be really important, and I'm gonna help you make that very not overwhelming. And then tips and things maybe to avoid. And some of that is based on questions that people have sent me on Instagram. And so if you ever have a question specifically about this stuff, send it to me and I'll try to figure out how to answer it or whatnot. But I'm really confident in my system, which takes a lot of stress away from me, which is a huge goal. You always want to simplify things. It can seem really complex, but just don't let it be that way. This is supposed to be fun. I wrote that down. So let's get up one more time. So I want to talk about the why. Like, why are we doing this? We are going to be archiving our film because mostly film has no metadata, and we need to give it as much help as we can. If you shoot with a digital camera, most of the time it will show you like shutter speed and aperture and ISO and like location or anything. Like, it's telling you all that stuff, but like film gives you nothing except for what film it might be shot on the side of the actual negative. So we're gonna help it out. We're gonna help that film, and we're gonna give it metadata. It's gonna be easier to find, which what I realized when I got my first book published called Hiker Trash, when the publisher was asking for all my film, and then they were like, these are the ones we're selecting, And then I had to go find all those negatives and rescan them at a higher resolution, and it took me forever. And that was kind of when I realized, like, you should have a better system here. And so that way it's easier to find. But finally, the reason why we're doing this is because it's supposed to be fun. There's a lot of things that can be stressful in the world, in our lives, and shooting film is really such an enjoyable, intimate process, and art should be hands-on. And I think photography, we've lost a little bit of that, and when you get to shoot film, we get that chance to have that back a little bit. So this should be fun. I'm gonna take you into exactly like what I'm doing. Like, I'm actually archiving my film right now, my 2020 film. I've been shooting a lot of medium format this year. And so in another video, I'm gonna show you what it is I'm doing here with these negatives. Yeah, just letting you inside my process. So, hey, thanks for watching. Oh gosh, well, are we back on? So, yep, battery died. Again, pretty new at this. I was about to wrap up this video anyway, so I really hope this is gonna be helpful for you. Please, if you get something out of it, you know, if you would like it, and subscribe to the channel, because I'm gonna be posting more. And check out my Instagram, and I do a lot of writing. Really excited to be allowing all of you into this, and I've been wanting to do this for years, thanks to my mom, who's been telling me, you should do YouTubes. So thanks, Mom, here I am. Yeah, I'm just let's learn some cool stuff together. We'll see you in the next video. Oh yeah, should I say something like, click, like, share, and subscribe. Oh yeah, P.S. I'm sorry there's no like B-roll yet. I have one of those really cool little like pocket Osmos, and I have plans for all that, but like right now, let's get this out there. Yeah, sweet. See you later.